In case anyone who doesn't know what the seawater looks like now, here's a live video on Japan discharging the nuclear sewage. Let's start with an article published on the University of Melbourne's Pursuit site. It is written by a master student of environment, Sarah, together with Associate Professor Tilman Raff, who is a Nobel Peace Prize laureate for prevention of nuclear war. Discharging radioactive water from the damaged Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant is avoidable, risky, and potentially illegal. This decision is not only harmful to human and environmental health, but is also in direct violation of international law. The destruction of the nuclear power plant released an estimated 522 petabecquerel into the atmosphere, including cesium, carbon-14, iodine-129, and tritium. However, this figure excludes noble gases such as xenon-133, of which the Fukushima release was the largest since atmospheric nuclear bomb tests. About the AIPS, the Advanced Liquid Processing System, it's a filtration process intended to remove 62 radionuclides from water using a series of chemical reactions. However, this system's consistent effectiveness, even with repeated treatment, has not yet been demonstrated. And AIPS is incapable of eliminating tritium and carbon-14. Even after the initial cleaning, 70% of the stored wastewater contains levels of radionuclides above regulatory standards, in some cases up to 20,000 times higher. And it's not just tritium in this water. There are other, more toxic substances, such as cesium-137, strontium-90, and cobalt-60. Dilution of the wastewater as planned to meet regulatory limits will not alter the total amount of materials released, which is the key factor. TEPCO estimates the annual radiation dose to people from the discharged water would be lower than that of a dental X-ray or round-trip flight from New York City to Tokyo. But TEPCO's checkered history gives little grounds for confidence in anything he says. On tritium, particularly organically bound forms, may have lasting health effects similar to other forms of radiation exposure, such as decreased lifespan, developmental delays, cognitive deficits, immunodeficiency, infertility and birth defect, and cancer and DNA mutations among humans, land animals, and aquatic vertebrates and invertebrates who experience high or prolonged exposure. Japan joined both the 1972 London Convention to prevent marine pollution by waste dumping and also the 1996 Protocol, which specifically prohibits the marine dumping of radioactive waste. In 1996, Japan ratified the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, an international agreement that established a framework for maritime activities. Additionally, in 1992, Japan committed to the Rio Declaration, a collection of goals created by the UN targeting sustainable development and environmental protection that heavily emphasizes the precautionary principles. Article 15 specifically states, where there are threats of serious or irreversible damage, lack of full scientific certainty should not be used as a reason for postponing cost-effective measures to prevent environmental degradation. The Japanese government, moving forward with the discharge plan, disregarding its commitments to the global community and international efforts for environmental protection, sets a precedent for how the global community responds to modern nuclear crisis. Approving this plan means approving a compromise on human and environmental health, inflicting a transboundary and transgenerational problem on peoples around the Pacific with no offsetting benefit or say in the decision. And a failure to engage state and non-state actors with stakes in the nuclear industry to question what is acceptable.